Another video, y'all. Another video for your ass. We gonna call this one Tupac Facts. And this is called, Is Tupac Dead? Let's get into it. Before I get into it, you know I gotta give my shout out, y'all. Big shout out to Q Smooth. Big shout out to Machiavelli 7 Days. Big shout out to Jay Knowledge. Big shout out to Abram Yancey. Big shout out to Jazoo. Big shout out to all my 122 subscribers. Thank you guys. Wasn't for y'all, I could not do this. Will be no Mr. Old Fashioned. Believe that. Always remember that, man. So big shout out to all my new subscribers. 122 subscribers, y'all. I'm doing it. I'm moving on up like the Jeffersons in this bitch. Let's go. Tupac Facts, y'all. Is Tupac dead? Unfortunately, yes, Tupac is dead. Tupac died in 1996, guys. Unfortunately. When Tupac passed, guys, they immediately put him in a box at a hospital. They shipped his body to the autopsy. Run Flood did the autopsy on Tupac. He did it the same day Tupac died, guys. They did it fast. He did the autopsy. Tupac died of respiratory failure. That's what Tupac died of. Respiratory failure. The next morning, after they did the autopsy, Tupac's body was cremated at Davis Mortuary in Las Vegas, guys. It was cremated right away. Fans and everything were banging at the mortuary door. Funny, in 1996, how did they figure it out? How did they find out that Tupac was at the mortuary? But yeah, fans was banging at the door and everything. They was just trying to come in the mortuary, y'all. But yeah, Davis Mortuary, Tupac was cremated in Las Vegas, guys. Also, later on in that month, they had a memorial for Tupac. They had two memorials. They had a private one. They had a public one. The public one was in New York. Tretch was there and a few other people were there. The private one, they did it on the beach. Shock G, Digital Underground, Outlaws, all the Tupac friends, some more rappers. They said they played music. They threw some of the Tupac stuff out on the beach. They drank Hennessy. They got drunk. They smoked Tupac ashes, guys. The Outlaws said they smoked Tupac ashes. Tupac's brother, Mo Preem, said he smoked his ashes too. As you know, Tupac says that as a song. Niggas smoke my ashes. But yeah, Shock G stayed. They did it out on the beach. They played music. Everybody talked about Tupac, you know, how they met him and, you know, things they did with him and everything. Like I said, they threw things out in the water. A lot of Tupac stuff is jewelry, drink, Hennessy. You know, they just had a good time. Shock G stated this, guys. But yeah, Tupac he did pass, guys. He's no longer with us, unfortunately. But that's how big of a Tupac of an artist, guys, Tupac was. That you thought he was still living. I thought he was still living. You know, I know all y'all probably thought he was still living, but I love Tupac the artist. Tupac the artist is just, there would never be nobody like him, guys. Tupac the artist was just ridiculous, just stupid. Like, damn, dude, like, what the fuck, who does this? So that's what it is, y'all, you know. And then, you know, people, you know, you saw kind of people say, oh, we saw Tupac in Cuba, we saw Tupac here and everything. I love it. I get out of it that they still want Tupac here. They miss and love Tupac, but it's not true. You got one guy on YouTube claiming he is Tupac. So this shit is crazy. But guys, trust me and believe. I'm a Tupac historian. Tupac ain't here no more, man. Tupac gone. Like, there's so many reasons I could tell y'all why he's not here and how he's gone and everything. But that would be like a 3-hour, 5-hour long video. Nobody would want to watch all that shit. But yeah, guys, that's what it is. Tupac Facts is Tupac dead. So, more Tupac Facts coming, guys. Look out for it. Thank you.
I saw Pac 20 minutes before he got shot. I saw Pac in Vegas, about to get into the car. He was coming out the hotel. And we walked off, and we got in the cab, and they got in the Bentleys and all that other stuff. And, you know, we went on to another party. And 20 minutes later, we heard Pac got shot. I was at Warren G's house. In the living room. I think we was playing a video game. We kept getting a whole bunch of calls and pages.
Somebody told us to turn on the news, and we turned the news on, and we seen the little shit.
I remember calling a Fanny and saying, "Faye, do I need to get on a plane right now?" She said, "Jada, he's gonna be okay. You get here when you can."
I drove down there to the hospital because I wanted to see my nigga, you know what I'm saying, make sure he was straight. I'm thinking that he was gonna make it.
It's Pac. He'd been shot before. Fine.
Our first reaction was, again? You know what I mean? And then he was like, oh, he gonna be all right, because, you know, this after he got shot 5 times.
He was like a cat with like 9 lives.
I had went to see him when he was still alive. And I said a little prayer to him in his head. And held his hand and whispered at him, you know. Said my piece with him. You know, he didn't have no consciousness, but I felt like my spirit and his spirit connected, and I felt like he got it.
When I heard that Tupac died, I was cooking in a restaurant. It was a sports bar, so there was a big TV screen, and we all just kind of watched it, just like, you know, just dazed.
My mother knocks on the hotel door. Will opens the door. As soon as I see her face, I knew he was gone.
I cried like my mother cried when Marvin Gaye died.
A lot of people that worked at the job that I worked at didn't understand Tupac. I didn't understand the music, so we're looking at us like, what's wrong? What's the big deal? Get over it. And it's like, nah, this is